What up? It's your boy, Detroit Love, back at you with another live stream. And we're going to go. Let's do it. Let's make it happen anytime now.
Shout out to my boy Nostalgia for once again just ruining the intro to the Super Game Room dudes. Carl, where in the F are you, man? We need you. Nope. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Carl is having a Memorial weekend vacation with his family, so unfortunately he couldn't be with us here tonight. Man, that guy loves to party in the summer. We hardly ever see him in the
So I also want to say, how cool is it that we only have me and Dubs tonight, but because it's a special weekend, we got Flock of Seagulls to come on the show with us.
Flock of seagulls?
Look at Nostalgia's hair.
It doesn't look like a flock of seagulls. I think his hair looks
the band
great,
Flock of Seagulls.
I don't know. I'm actually digging. Guys, are you digging the dude? Take a look in the live chat here. Look at that, man. That is. See, if I take my hat off, it does not look that pretty, man. I am jealous of all of you men in your 40s who still have your hairlines. It is not a good experience for people like me to see you on the street. So, you know what's funny is I was telling my wife that I was like, "Hey, babe, we're literally at the point now because the entire back is bald and the entire front here is receded so far, and I just have like the Mr. Weatherby hair on the sides." And like whatever's left on the top is going to fall out very soon. I told her, I said, we're at that point. I got the goatee. It's time to shave it. It's time to shave it to the skin and just like look like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's time to do it. And she told me she doesn't want me to do that. She goes, you don't want to see your scalp. She's like, she's telling me that I should get a toupee and I should wear a toupee and I should be proud of it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, do you remember George Costanza when he wore the toupee on Seinfeld? Like, come on.
I hate it.
So we don't know what's going to happen with P-Dub's hairline, but Nostalgia's hairline's looking really good tonight.
Can I make a suggestion?
What?
I do think you should emulate a popular WWF champion, just not Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think it's time for you to get the handlebar mustache and grow the skullet, brother. No integrity.
I can't do the skullet, man. I could grow the skullet, and I could easily do the handlebar mustache, but I don't think I could live that way. So, Nostalgia, I have a feeling you're going to have a full head of hair for the rest of your life, man. You are lucky.
I don't know if that's true. I used to have like.
Is it even coming out in the back at all? Is it?
Oh yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, look at that!
Yes, got a spot. I'm gonna be the last Super Game Room dude with hair.
No, I don't think I'm gonna have this hair for too much longer. When I was younger, believe it or not, I was actually younger than I am right now at one point in my life, and I had like 3 times as much thickness. I had hair down to my shoulders, big curly locks all the way down to my shoulders, and it's starting to get a little thin. Like this looks okay, but I think the camera's doing me some favors because it's not as nice as it should be.
Yeah, they say the camera adds 5 pounds. Well, the camera adds 5 inches of hair to Nostalgia's scalp. That's what's going on here.
Don't tell him the camera adds 5 inches. He'll never stop.
It's true.
He's going to live stream every day, all hours, at all times. Guys, welcome. It's Friday. Happy Memorial Day weekend to all of you here in the States, as well as our international audience. We are super excited. This is a great weekend to celebrate those who served and gave all that they possibly could for our freedoms. So it's a very important weekend here for us in the United States. We're super excited about it because it's a big barbecue weekend, going to the movies weekend, going camping weekend. It's a weekend for family to be together and all that kinds of stuff. And I can't wait until my wife and son are home. We're going to have some fun, hopefully Saturday, Sunday, and Monday we're off work as well. But there you guys go. Also, you are tuning in to the Super Game Room dudes, the leader in home arcade entertainment for the last 3 years and counting. Man, there's so many often imitated, never duplicated. Super Game Room dudes have been leading the pack. And guys, I can't thank you enough for your support the last few years. We have had so much fun doing this broadcast. And, you know, they say all good things come to an end. And is tonight our last show?
Yep.
Well, well, I do have some sad news, and let's just rip the Band-Aid off, because I feel like if we don't rip the Band-Aid off, it's just going to hover over me for the entire broadcast. So I just want you guys to know that after much deep thought and consideration, and with what I have planned in the future, that tonight will most definitely not be the last broadcast of the Super Game Room, dudes. That's right, guys. We are still here. We are still rocking. The band is still together. And guys, we're super excited. So let's get this show on the way. Let's start getting the chat on the screen so we can say hi to live chat in just a couple of minutes. But before we do that, let's look at our topics tonight. Michael B created a thumbnail for the show, and he said everything is happening at Games, Evercade Alpha, Buy Stuff Store, New Wave Toys, Arcade1Up, and more. And we only have 1 hour and 11 minutes left to get to all these topics.
Hurry
Mike,
up, I gotta go play pinball.
Yeah, I don't know. You did that to us last week. Are you going to go play pinball on your Godzilla pinball?
No, actually, I'm really probably not going to do it tonight, but I'm really trying to find time to get my SSF kit in. That's what I'm really excited about doing right now.
Yeah. Good stuff. Nostalgia, do you have a Legends Pinball 4K?
Nope, I do not.
Oh, when are you going to be getting one?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't intend to purchase one. Not for the next foreseeable little while anyways. It's not in the cards.
Right.
I don't anticipate I'm going to be sent one for review. So, no, I don't think so.
So what's going on is basically you can have your money tied up in all kinds of illicit activities and Amber Dick handhelds is what you're saying.
Usually, yeah.
Good stuff there. Well, I was just going to ask you if you had done the surround sound feedback kit install. I've actually had my Legends Pinball 4K. I've had it, a few months, guys? I got it in February.
Yeah, you were one of the first people, yeah.
I still haven't installed the darn kit. I just haven't had time because that installation does take probably a couple hours. So you want to, you got to schedule these things when we have these kind of lives, and I just haven't been able to do it, man. I'm behind on so many review videos. I got companies emailing me, we sent you a product. Where's the video? I'm like, I'm getting to it. I promise. Nostalgia, how do you do it? I mean, you're a big time YouTuber. I'm a small fry. How do I juggle life and YouTube content? What do I do?
You know what I found works really well? Instead of spending a lot of time making good quality content, I found that if I just make really bad videos, I get about the same number of views and I can get through the pile. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's good quality or bad quality. The view count's the same, and then the people who send you the products are happy that you've made a video.
Oh, there's nothing worse than really taking a lot of time, like putting a ton of time, ton of effort, trying new tricks, doing a bunch of stuff, and then you get like less views than you normally get, and you're like, son of a bitch,
yeah,
fucking wasting my time.
Well, it's funny because the last video that I just posted, I posted it on yesterday morning. That was a video where I did it completely different. Normally, I sit down for hours. I write a script. I do my research.
It was probably your laziest video you've ever done.
I heard a lot of and
yeah,
but it was
so
good.
What I did was I turned on the camera. I was like, all right, if I don't do this, it's never going to get done. So I turned on the camera, turned on the microphone, and I was just like, all right, I know my stuff, so let's just talk. And I just talked my way through the video, and it's doing well. So,
I'm not gonna tell you your video was bad, but I will tell you that Ambernick emailed me after your video was over and said, "P-Dubs, we're thinking about going in another direction."
Changing directions.
It's funny you say that because they just reached out to me and they're sending me something new.
So, really quickly, Papa Brad, you guys looking to do your SSF kit installs? Papa Brad has got a video up where he actually takes the screen up and shows it. Apparently, this is the gold standard way to do it. A tool in my Canadian group chat won't shut up.
Nice
about
thing
it.
to call somebody about.
Don't call somebody a tool.
Don't call someone a tool, man.
No, it's a tool. That's his name.
He's not a
ATUL. You don't have a tool, but his name is a tool.
You're being rude, man.
How do I pronounce it then? How do you pronounce it?
Pronounce what? I would just call him by his name. I wouldn't call him a tool.
His name is Atoll.
I don't think he'd appreciate that.
Addle.
I'm just saying.
So, anyways, he said Papa Brad does this thing where he takes the screen off and puts it up. I think in Wagner's video requires a friend. I don't have any, so I'm going to do the Papa Brad method.
Yeah. All right. Or wait for P-Dub's video, Mike.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't need that self-serving drivel in my timeline.
I don't know what Mike.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anytime that I ever need to
that
do
is
any
exactly what we need.
Anytime I do any sort of mod video or not video, anytime I'm doing any sort of mod or I want to add some UCEs to my AtGames machine, I look straight for P-Dub's videos. It's always P-Dub's. Yeah. I go straight to his catalog of goodies.
Thank you, Nostalgia. And if I ever want to hear how to mod my PlayStation Classic, and no matter what year it is,
Mike made a great video.
I know you have a current video. A current video for us to watch. All right, guys, we've been killing a lot of time, but hey, man, it's the weekend. We're here. We're having a good time. And I know some of you want to hear gaming news, but then again, the banter is my favorite part of the Super Game Room, dudes. This has never, ever been a professional broadcast. This is three dudes talking shit to each other.
It's probably the 17th most professional home arcade group podcast, but with the best thumbnails. Thank you.
Soon to be imitated on a crappy podcast near you. All right, guys, let's kick off by saying hi to who's here in the live chat. I see a lot of miscreants are here on Memorial Day weekend already. We got Eric, we got MG. James hates everything but secretly loves everybody. David N is here as well. E. Leo, Papa Brad's Gaming, Iceman is here. Chris NXXW, Andy's Game Room, Seth Turner, Jason the Little Alien is moderating the sumbitch, GCA, Gotham City Arcade, that's right, Gotham is here, C North, the Fist of Love, Kevin Clausen, JT Brunick, who else is here? We got Mad Dog, Chris Langs, Hazo, we also have Frankie D in the house as well, and I know I'm missing a couple of other really cool people, such as Hollywood Polo. We got to say hi to Hollywood Polo. Hollywood Polo, how was your day? Bill's a retro gaming show. Vader's here. C North. Bo knows Tecmo, and Bo knows Tecmo left me a hilarious comment on my most recent YouTube video. And if you want to know what it is, you're going to have to go watch my last video on my channel because I need the clicks, I need the views, and go read his comment. I literally spit out my Diet Pepsi when I read the joke he made in my comment section. It was hilarious.
Why do you constantly have Diet Pepsi? Do you go around with like one of those helmets on with 2 cans of Diet Pepsi spitting in your mouth at all times? It's just like everything you're doing. The dog barked at me and I just spit my Diet Pepsi out. I was like, how does he always have Diet Pepsi?
It's called an addiction. It's called an addiction. Paul Mindeman is here, and I have a surprise for you, gentlemen. We're going to add a little topic, a little piece of Arcade1Up stuff here in honor of Paul, because Paul is the moderator of the Arcade1Up Reddit, which is at...
He doesn't always like people to know that. So Paul is somewhat involved with
all
things.
right. Paul visits the Arcade1Up Reddit a lot, and he sent me something of what he's working on, and we'll actually kick off the show and I'll share that with you guys because it's pretty incredible looking in my opinion. Digipunk is here as well. Billy Woods, Biggie Fries, Carl O, Cranaball, Tim York, and that's all we have time for. Ritual Dello. Oh, let's not forget Chris Zeke, and hopefully his lovely wife Nikki is watching as well. Sam's Arcade, T Slayer, John J. Okay, guys, Mad Dog, you're here too. All right, I can't say hi anymore, guys. We got to get the show going. All right, let's start off with Arcade1Up. Mike, while I'm grabbing this Arcade1Up related thing for Paul, you said we had to talk about Arcade1Up. What is there any news with this company? What is going on?
They're doing a sale right now, and it's not that great a sale, but just a heads up. I got an email from Arcade1Up earlier today. Level up your spring savings with Arcade1Up. So it's a pretty average sale. I'll bring it up on screen. P-Dubs will complain that it's not big enough. But
just zoom in. Make sure you zoom in.
Nostalgia's used to that comment.
I use that terminology quite frequently.
All right. So, I mean, it's the Shack is $100 off. NFL Blitz is $100 off. Casino Cade's $100 off. Stickercade is $100 off. $250 for Attack from Mars, but I mean, obviously at this point, I don't know if anybody's buying this Attack from Mars anymore. I would get the ALP every single day over that. Simpsons $200 off, and then we've got these head-to-head cabinets, cocktail cabs. I don't know. Punisher
I
at
hate
least
those
is on
things.
this one. Yeah, I don't like them either, especially the games that they have on them. I know what they were going for, but if you're going to do cocktail tables, do them with games that were actually cocktail games. And then they've got some stools. So, I mean, pretty mediocre sale. Like, you can save a couple bucks, but then I don't know how
Wow.
much shipping is on these. A lot of people saying online, like when I posted it, said there was an Arcade1Up sale. I know I saw on the Super Game Room Dudes page, James Hates Everything, and Paul jumped in and said, these aren't really sales. These are pretty much the, almost everyday prices for these. So, people a little bit disappointed. But, we got to tell people, because not everybody feels the same way. Some people might be looking to get one of these and might be looking to get a discount.
Man, don't you guys remember the days where these retail outlets would knock like $300 off or something like that? And
Yeah, but
and
they
really
can't do
try
that
to
anymore.
really try to, get rid of these things. We don't see that much anymore. Like typically
No.
around like Father's Day, back to school, stuff like that. Like Father's Day is coming. What have we seen the last couple of years? The retailers might knock $100 off an Arcade1Up, or they might knock $50 off an Arcade1Up. Really, the only ones that they mark big time down are the cocktail tables. Like those will be marked down $200-300, just trying to get people to buy them, which nobody buys them. But yeah, we don't see the sales we used to with that company. I find that interesting, considering I think there's a little bit less interest in that company. So I figured they want to get rid of that stock, that inventory. Am I wrong, Nostalgia?
You are absolutely spot on, right on the nose.
Thank you, Nostalgia.
Okay, so
more right.
if I'm allowed to comment, I'll raise
You
my
aren't,
hand to see if I
actually.
can come in.
P-Dubs, let's carry on with the show.
I wanted to make sure Steven had a chance to talk. Mike, you and I kind of dominate the microphone sometime.
That's true,
Go ahead.
because
Go ahead.
we're men and we found our voice.
Ouch! Be nice. Be nice to our boy here. Go ahead, Steve.
So, just really quickly, back in the day, the contracts with Arcade1Up were a little bit different. I don't know if they have the same relationship with retailers. There was a lot of buyback clauses, so retailers would easily take $200-300 off because they just wanted to get it out the door. But there was also a commitment from Arcade1Up that they would compensate them for the lost revenue from the sale amount. So, say for example, they took $200 off. More than likely, that $200 was being compensated back to the retailer from Arcade1Up. I'm not 100% sure that's happening anymore, so I think that's why some of the sales aren't happening. The other reason why, and David McIntosh said this a couple of years ago, it really hurts the value of the brand when they put these things on clearance so much, because people then disassociate what the real price is compared to what the sale price is, and it devalues it. It's like Nintendo. Nintendo never sells their shit at clearance prices. Like the most they'll ever go down to is like $50.
Well,
I think Arcade1Up is trying to stop that clearancing out to have more of a feel like a Nintendo brand.
Well, do me a favor, Mike. Send David McIntosh a DM and tell him P-Dub says the sale price should be the normal price. Because some of these are out of control.
I don't disagree with you. I'm looking at that Stickercade there, and like I with the screen that's in that, I can't see anybody paying $3.99 US for that.
All right. Well, can we pivot over to something that's a little more interesting about Arcade1Up?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So Paul sent this to me. Paul's been working on a mod project, and as you guys know, I love modding. If there's one thing I can say about Arcade1Ups is, even if you're not picking up new ones, and if you have ones sitting around your house you're either not using or they've been collecting dust and you want to try and breathe some new life into them, it's always fun to test yourself and try and learn new things and do something creative. Now, Paul used to have an Arcade1Up Shaq XL NBA Jam. He had an Arcade1Up Shaq XL NBA Jam. And since Arcade1Up has been in no rush to release Soul Calibur, let's check this out, boys. Take a look at this mod right here. This is his Arcade1Up NBA Jam Shaq XL Soul Calibur mod. He just sent this to me today, and this thing looks beautiful. Now, he did end up putting a PC in it.
This is Paul's?
This is Paul Mindeman.
Paul, you forgot to take the tape off, man.
he's still wrapping it up. He's still in the final stages, but he's got the artwork on. He's got a PC on. He's got a 20-inch monitor in there versus the 19-inch that this thing comes with. So he's got a 20-inch monitor in there. He's got a PC in there. And man, doesn't that look freaking spectacular? I mean, take a look. I'm very proud of him. Paul messaged me and he told me to, like, this is, it's new for him to do all this stuff. So he's having fun trying new things. And if you ask me, this looks gorgeous. And I think I have one more picture. Here we go. Now let's kind of zoom in so you guys can see it. Look at how good that freaking marquee looks. Look at how nice that is. And let's kind of go down. And this used to be an Arcade1Up Shack Jam XL arcade cabinet. He's still got to get his joysticks and stuff put in. He's almost done. He's almost done. But where he's at right now, I am very, very proud of him. How about some good comments, firm handshakes in the live chat? Good job, Paul. I think you're doing a great job on this. Nostalgia, what do you think, man?
I think this looks incredible. I think you did a really good job. I know Paul doesn't like me very much, but I'm gonna sing him some praises here. One, excellent title. Excellent marquee title. Soul Calibur is so badass. Absolutely love that game. You did a great job with the artwork. I don't know if you designed the artwork or you bought it, but the application looks really good. The marquee looks good. The only criticisms I have, P-Dubs, if you go down, just a couple pointers. So first thing, typically people like to play Soul Calibur with a joystick. So I would recommend including at least 2 joysticks on the control panel. You don't have to.
He's getting there.
But it's going to be really hard when you start off the characters, like you start off the game and you're not able to move towards each other. So there's ways around it, but I think that the majority of people who want to play it will play it with a joystick. Second to that, I actually like what he did with the piano hinge that he's got kind of running on the back of the control deck. So I'm assuming that's you lift that up to get access to everything, and you can get. I don't know if his PC is actually going to be in there or if it will be in the back end of the cabinet, but it's very, very clever. Good design. It looks good. I think that that looks better than anything Arcade1Up could have possibly put out if they went with a Soul Calibur. So well done.
Yeah, do you really think Arcade1Up would have been like, let's put a hinge on it, our customers can easily access the control panel to mod it, you know what I mean? No, of course they wouldn't have done it. I think this is beautiful. I love this right here too on the front. Look at that. Look at that logo. Look at how that pops, man. It
looks good. It looks really good. I would recommend also taking off the tape. Just you don't need to. You can leave the tape on if you really want.
You're being
protect the edges.
You're being such a smart ass. It's not done yet. Michael B, what do you think, man? We heard Nostalgia's opinion.
Did anybody mention the joysticks? I've heard Soul Calibur has joysticks.
Yeah, you should definitely. Nobody's mentioned.
I think this is beautiful. I've often thought about it too. The NBA Jam XL is pretty much. I think it might be sold out here in Canada. If not, it's like fucking $800, right? If it wasn't $800 plus tax here, and like you could get one for like around $400, I would have bought a second NBA Jam and turned it into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, because like we're just dying for more. I want more of these, and I don't know if they're coming, and it's a real kick in the ass. So even I'm thinking about modding. But you know what the funniest thing is? This is my second favorite mod I've seen done out of an NBA Jam XL. You know what my first is?
What?
What is it?
OTG modded his to look like an actual NBA Jam. He took Shaq off the sides and put the regular logo on the side, and it's so much better.
That Shaq silhouette's horrible. I know some of you guys like it, but I thought that looked horrible on these machines.
You're just a big Shaq hater. That's the problem. You don't appreciate greatness when you see it.
Hey, I'm from Chicago, man. If they put Jordan on there, but again, he's not in the game. But you know what I mean? Like, if we had some Jordan, I probably would have been okay with it. But I think this is great. I'm very proud of Paul. Paul, make sure you let us know when it's completely done. We'd love to show it off when it's 100% finished and show some gameplay. It's probably one of my favorite mods I've seen someone in the community do. I think it looks spectacular.
Oh, look, here's a dude who knows. There's a dude who knows. Soul Blade over Soul Calibur.
That's just wrong.
Oh, no. There's a man who knows.
It's a man who knows he's wrong.
Refined taste.
All right. So, Paul,
Yeah.
just to confirm, when we do that
Gonna keep my
episode,
comments
Michael
to
B
myself.
will not be invited to that episode when we show off your final build.
Agreed.
The fuck?
All right, guys. Big shout out to Paul in the live chat. That's pretty much all that's going on with Arcade1Up, guys. There's some machines on sales at certain retailers, but you're not going to be saving a lot of money.
There was a huge rumor leaked in the community last week.
How big?
What?
Some of the new cabs that are coming out. Someone posted on the Arcade1Up page.
I saw that.
I don't
Yeah.
believe any of
They
that.
posted
crap.
on the Arcade1Up page.
They did.
Where's all Arcade1Up all the announcements? And some kind of insider gave out like all the release dates. Apparently, there's 4 more cabs coming out this year.
Interesting. Yeah.
The XL was leaked. It's a Frogger XL apparently.
Mike, can
Coming
you pull
to
that up
Costco.
so we can show that leak off?
Yeah, sure. Hold on, just one
Because
second.
I need to. I now I don't know what you're talking about.
Just give
What's
me a
the
minute.
price
I'll
on that,
pull it
Mike?
up. Frogger XL was $5.99.
$5.99. Yeah.
And that's
Huh.
coming in September. Just one second, guys. I'll see if I can get it here for you. Just give me a minute to get it. I'll be right back with you.
No problem, Mike. Nostalgia, I gotta tell you, man, that Batman is still looking good on that
It looks
that
good.
games.
Yeah. I don't even like this Batman game all that much, but it
No,
looks
it's not
really
very
good
good.
on camera. So
Doesn't it? It looks so
great
good.
on camera. So I just
Every
leave
time I
it up.
see it. Every time I see it, I don't even look at your eyes when you talk. I just look at the Batman marquee
Just look
on
right
your-
in my eyes.
on your thing. Let's see here. All right. So Calvin Wong is asking, is it fake? I don't know, man. We're gonna find out.
No,
Mike
it's-
says there
it's-
was a leak.
It has been proven to be true simply due to the source. When you see the source, you'll say, "Okay, this guy knows. He clearly
All right.
knows what he's talking about."
Mike, you just tell me when you're ready, my friend.
I just need a couple minutes to get to it. I'm sorry. guys.
Leo here. He says he's been playing his Countercade Forger with his
Frogger, I
daughter.
assume.
Frogger. Oh, Countercade Frogger with his daughter. First, the Super Game Room dudes ending. Now Arcade1Up leaks. Is it April 1st? I thought we were in May. Yeah, Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Bill with a very controversial video on his YouTube channel today. Bill, what was that video all about?
What was that video? What is the controversy?
What's John B been up to?
John B or John D?
John D.
Okay.
If you guys want to know what's going on with John D, just ask Wild Bill. Apparently, Bill knows. Frogger, can you imagine if Arcade1Up does a Frogger XL? Would you
I
guys
know.
be hyped? Would you
It's
be fun?
wild. All right, so here's what this Arcade1Up insider had to say. Frogger
All right,
XL,
zoom in. Zoom in.
Isn't that guy an actual employee of Arcade1Up?
Yes, full-time employee.
Wait, Mike, I can't see.
Mike, you're not zooming in. You're just ruining everything around the.
Don't you know how to open images in a different tab?
Right click.
God. Open image, new tab.
All right, and now you can zoom in. All right, who's this asshole? What is this?
Frogger XL September, Costco $5.99. Outrun Deluxe October, Best Buy $5.99. Tekken Deluxe announced at Evo, no release date, $5.99 Best Buy. And then Shop Hippo's getting some love too. Defender Deluxe coming October, $4.99. You heard it here first. Arcade1Up employee leaking the deets on Facebook.
And I can confirm this is true because I recently acquired Best Buy, and it's actually my name on the contract. So, Mike, I'll be suing you for breach of NDA.
Someone just wrote there was like nothing going on with Arcade1Up, and I was like, "What are you talking about? It's all leaked, man." Frogger XL.
All right, so basically what you're saying, Mike, is you made all that up to troll the community.
100%.
Oh, dude. Why'd you do that?
Because
Mike,
I'm a
I don't
piece of
find
shit.
that funny. I find that offensive, Mike, that you would dare do that.
Well, you can go
Yeah.
to hell.
Do you even have a heart, Mike?
No, I have no integrity.
Guys, make sure you vote in the live chat. What do you guys think the Evercade Alpha is? Do you think it's an arcade console? There's been some rumors that they might be making a little arcade machine that you plug your cartridges in. Are they coming out with a whole new console? Some of you might say, well, wait a minute, they're just doing the VS and the VSR. Does that really mean they wouldn't release a newer, more powerful console? Is it going to be a newer, more powerful handheld? Or is it going to be a new mini console, i.e. a Commodore? And why did we say that? We're going to be talking about that very soon, but get your votes in the poll in the live chat. Speaking of Evercade, is there any way we can get those guys on the show? What do you guys
No.
think?
Nope. We
I
can't
think there's
do
a
it.
very good chance.
Do you
I
think
don't
there's a
think-
very good chance
Mike-
they'll be on after they make the announcement?
Mike, I don't think you got the balls to get them on.
I don't got the balls.
I don't think you got the balls to get them on the show.
Buddy, my middle name is Cojones.
That doesn't mean that you got the balls.
Cajones, Nostalgia. Cajones.
Wait a
Michael
second.
Cajones B.
Did you just go there? So what does that mean, Mike? What are you arranging? What are you working on doing?
I may have talked. I'm mostly balls. Chris is right. I'm mostly balls. So I may have talked to Evercade earlier today, another company that I'm clearly working with, and I may have talked to Evercade earlier today and asked, "Hey, after you make your announcement, want to come hang out on Super Game Room, dudes?" And they were like, "You know what? We were going to ask you." And I was like, "Awesome, let's do it." So looks like. Yeah, Evercade's going to come on after they make the announcement. So I don't know 100% if it's going to be next Friday or the Friday after, but
okay.
We've secured Evercade. We got them.
Oh, they're locked in. They're booked. They're scheduled.
In.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. There you go. All right, guys. So for you Evercade fans out there, looks like we're going to have the Evercade team come on the show to talk about whatever the Evercade Alpha is. We're going to be finding out very soon. In fact, Mike, when are we going to find out? They told people
May 30th.
We're going to find out.
Next week on Thursday.
Yeah.
Next Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to go with Nostalgia first. Nostalgia, the Evercade Alpha. What the heck is this thing? What is the secrecy? And what is your speculation?
I can't give speculation. I know exactly what this thing is. So I can't say
I'm waiting for the punchline.
No, that's the truth. I know what it is. I've got a pretty close relationship with Evercade, and I'm not going to do any spoilers. So I don't actually want to say anything at all.
Oh, you're being serious? Like you're not joking? Like you're usually kidding around?
Did you see the way the last system looked, like with the color scheme? Are you telling me you didn't realize Nostalgia worked for Evercade?
I'm just saying the reason why it's called the VSR
is the Nostalgia.
I'm just saying.
Look at his headphones, brother.
Blue, black. I'm just saying. Look at my logo colors.
Did any of you pre-order the Nostalgia edition of the Evercade VSR and the EXP? Let us know in the live chat. I did not because I already have those systems and there's really no reason.
Evercade is coming out with a new air fryer and it is crisp.
So guys,
crisp.
All right. So you're dead serious. You know what it is.
I do know what it is.
Okay. Well, can you at least tell me, is it something to be cool and excited about, or is it something that we should temper our expectations? I think you won't get in any trouble for saying something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get in any trouble for saying any, and I don't even think I have an NDA. I'm just doing this out of good faith. So I would say that I think it's pretty darn cool. I think it is. I'm trying to think of how I can say this without saying too much. I think this is a very interesting product that they're going to be launching that certainly has a potential market that people will be interested in it. I don't know what else to say. Mike, I'm really at a loss. I can't really say too much.
So
I'm going to let you guys speculate.
Yeah, well, I don't need to speculate. I know what it is. I don't have an NDA, and I don't give a shit. So Evercade Alpha, which is going to be announced next Thursday, May 30th. Guys, get excited. I'm the first here to tell you, it's an arcade. It's an arcade cabinet, and you guys are going to love it. It's Golden Tee. Evercade is releasing a Golden Tee next week with a trackball from GRS Studios. You guys are going to love it. Get ready. The Evercade Alpha Golden Tee cab. You heard it here first. I don't.
That's like, not very nice, Mike.
I kind of got an idea what it is, but an interesting idea of what I heard. Someone responded on my video and said, if you look at the way the alpha graphic is, it kind of looks like an old Commodore computer system. So one of the speculation pieces is it's some kind of Commodore, computer. I don't really understand. That's not my realm.
But we've already seen like a C64 Mini out there in the market. Do we really need something like that?
Why are you guys assuming it's some sort of a system? Just out of like everything.
Maybe it's a concept.
Oh, please don't.
What if? Hold on, wait a second.
Please don't tell me.
I want to play
Nostalgia. Please don't tell me it's a paid streaming subscription service. Please don't say.
I'm not gonna tell you anything. But it could be a subscription service. It could be a peripheral. Maybe it's an accessory.
Maybe, and I'm probably going to give away too much. Maybe has something to do with VR.
Maybe.
I don't want to give away too much, guys, but just think outside the box.
Wait,
I think if you guys,
you know what it is too, Mike? Am I the only one that doesn't know what it is?
Yeah, because you don't ask. I just ask. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then they're like, well, let me tell you, Michael B.
All right.
What we've actually
VR.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a couple of Mike, you've kind of let the cat out of the bag at this point.
Sorry, guys.
So Apple has released their VR system that has been a tremendous failure due to its price point, and not many people are buying it, and they've scaled back their production and a whole bunch of other stuff. Evercade has acquired a license to take the technology from the Apple Vision or whatever it's called, the iVision, I don't know what it's called. And they're going to be releasing something using that technology.
Working with the Evercade carts. So get ready to play those Commodore 64 games in virtual reality, baby, on the new Evercade Alpha.
You guys are so full of crap. I don't believe you at all. This is the
you don't think that Evercade could do really well selling $3,500 VR glasses?
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I wish I had that clip to play where the guys, the scene from that Adam Sandler movie, everyone here is, what that's the dumbest, most idiotic
you don't
comment
even
ever.
Remember the scene. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Everybody here is now less intelligent for listening to it. Do not collect $100. Do not pass go.
All right. So the Evercade air fryer. So May 24th at 1700 BST. What the hell time zone is that?
British summertime. 5 o'clock British summertime. PM.
So that's like 9 a.m. my time. Interesting.
That would mean that's what? 11 a.m. my time?
Yeah.
Mike, what time would it be your time?
So is that night, guys? Do we have that right?
Oh,
is that 9? If that's 9 a.m. Pacific time, then right? And then 12 p.m. on the East Coast. Do we have that right? Let us know in the live chat. I think so.
P-dubs. Now, when you think about that, the time that they're going to release this, it's literally everything is a clue. It's all Easter eggs. The time in which they are announcing this is literally the same time that Apple announced their VR Vision. It's the same time of day.
I don't believe you guys at all.
Bob unlocked.
You know what?
VR Golden Tee.
I have no choice now. Now I have to flex. Now I have to email them and say, "Have you heard of me?"
Oh no! They won't talk to you. Both me and Nostalgia have a no P-dubs clause in our contract.
Oh, gatekeepers, huh? A bunch of gatekeepers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They know who I am. We've had them on our show before. They'll tell me. I'm going to email them right after.
So they know who you are, but yet they told me and Nostalgia what it is and not you because I don't email companies every day and go, "Hey guys, what are you coming out with? Can I tell me?" I don't do that. I'm Michael B. Can you tell me what you're coming out with? He doesn't do that. He's like, "Hey guys, can you give me some stuff?" No, fuck this company. They're terrible.
That's not true at all. But let's check in with the viewers. What is the Evercade Alpha? I'm going to go ahead and end the poll right here. Let's see what the final results are. People are saying 34% of our viewers think it's an arcade console. 29% think it's just going to be a newer, HDMI console. 20% said it's a newer handheld, and 15% said it could be a newer mini, like maybe a more specialized console, i.e. a Commodore 64, which apparently that rumor has been going around the Evercade community. We didn't create that rumor. We're just asking you guys because keep in mind, the Evercade community is like very European, and they have like their own Facebook groups, and there's like this group of European YouTubers that are like obsessed with the Evercade, and they talk about it. Like all their content is about Evercade. And those are the rumors that they're putting out in the ether, that it's some kind of Commodore 64 thing, which I don't know where that's coming from.
It's clearly not a Commodore 64 thing. It's going to be a PlayStation Mini. And that's why I know about it. They reached out to me because they're like, you're the king of modding the PlayStation Mini.
And if you do a video, we'll sell so many more units.
100%. I actually have one right here. Do you guys want to see it?
Yeah, let's see.
You guys want to see it? I have exclusive. You guys get to see the Evercade Alpha right now. Are you ready?
Sure.
Full screen this, boys.
All right.
This is big news. Ready?
You're going to hold up something dumb.
It's right here.
Let's go sit down, Nostalgia. Go sit down.
So when you said they're very European, all I could think about was, so the ladies don't shave their pits?
Oh, come on, Mike.
You guys realize
that was like an 80s stereotype, right? For European women, they don't shave their armpits.
Mike, you realize that Evercade is a European company, right?
Yes, no shit.
UK. Yeah, I'm just
That's
saying.
when I wrote the guy and said, it'll be very late here for our show. It'll be very late for you when we do our show. Are you okay live?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were connecting the dots.
So they're European, right?
No.
Yeah. So real quick, we should probably touch on this. So Atari did acquire Intellivision, and that kind of made the news this week. But this is the headline that I saw.
That's it. We're done
recently.
with Evercade. That was the whole bit. Okay.
Well, we'll know more next week. We'll know more next week.
We
speculated, and we'll also have them on the show because they're doing the announcement on Thursday. We'll get them on the show Friday. They should be here Friday next week, guys. Hopefully.
We just announced what it was on the show here.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
So this is the headline that I saw. Atari acquires Intellivision, but leaves that Amico console behind. Now, is that the current state of things? Because I thought I heard some people saying...
very confused about this, too, because when I read it, I thought they said that they were going to continue and that Atari games were going to show up on the Amiga console.
Yeah, I don't know. Nostalgia, did you pay attention to this news at all?
No, because I have zero interest in any of this. This makes no impact in my life whatsoever.
Well, there is something very exciting from it, because this is like the first console war was between Atari and Intellivision. So this is like a huge deal. It's like Nintendo finally buying Sega, or
except
Sony's.
Nintendo and Sega are both relevant, and
Intellivision.
Wow.
Intellivision and Atari are not
you're
relevant.
really showing that you're millennialness right now. You know that, right? Wow.
I'm just saying, you're gonna go ahead and exclude a generation of millennials and down. You're just losing all your game. Like, the market's gonna collapse under you, man.
It's your millennial garbage generation, which has put this home arcade community in the state it's in. That's why Arcade1Up is flopping out on its back, releasing X-Men 97 cabs when it should be making Q*berts. I blame nostalgia. Hashtag like, down with nostalgia, everybody.
I don't know. I'm not. I like, joking aside, I don't really know anything about this, the history here, but I actually don't. I really just, it doesn't interest me all that much. I don't have any nostalgia for anything Intellivision or Amico or even Atari is like, like, I know Atari, I've played Atari games, but like,
have you played Plaque Attack?
No, I've never heard of that.
So if you think
poser.
So if you think about it, we have been doing this arcade and gaming show for over 3 years, and we have never talked about the Amico before, because I think all four of us had just no interest in it.
No, that's true. That's not true. We did have a conversation about the Amico. Nostalgia reached out to us one time after a show, and he's like, "Hey guys, have you ever heard of this product called the Amico? I'm possibly doing some work with them, so I can get you two consoles. We just have to really play up that it's a good console."
He did not.
That's typically how. No, that's typically how all of my conversations go with every company. Is like, I just boost them up just so I can get free stuff. I think that's
not a lot
at this stage. So.
But basically, Atari did buy the rights to 200 Intellivision games, so that's pretty cool to see. The question is what are they going to do with them? Well, we'll have to see. Will we see modern remakes, kind of like
Intellivision recharged.
well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like if you think about it, Lunar Lane or Beyond, is it Haunted Mansion or Haunted House? Those aren't even the recharge style games. They're literally just modern reimagining of classic games. So would they do that with some of the coveted Intellivision titles? That could be interesting. But we'll have to see. I mean, it just happened yesterday.
Intellivision Plus, like they did with the Atari Plus, so you can play your Intellivision cartridges on a modern HDMI console.
Yeah.
Are there actually like really good games that you guys are fond of?
Yes.
Like actually good games, not just like
for Intellivision. No,
yeah, like something that would stand up today, something that like you may choose to actually like go back in and play again.
Yes.
Name
not me.
For the 2600 or the Intellivision?
I don't care. Give me either one. You can shoot whatever you want.
Plaque Attack. You piece of
that's
shit.
real? That's a real game?
Yes, Plaque Attack's a real game. Yara's Revenge. What else? Not Double Dragon. Double Dragon on the Atari 2600 is a piece of shit. It's horrible. The horror games are really good. There's a Halloween Atari 2600 game that I absolutely love. There's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre Atari 2600 game that's super fun. I would have to take a look at the, Omega Race. Like there's tons of good games, but it's all about what you like. Like, I mean, if you're focused on graphics, you're never going to get it with Atari 2600. If you want pure gameplay, I mean, there's tons of games that are pure gameplay, real arcadey style, pick up and play 15 minutes. Yeah.
No, and that's fair. Like, I got to put this into perspective. Like, I was born in '89, so like Atari was like, Pitfall's a great game, but I played that on Super Nintendo, man. I played
Super Pitfall. Did you ever play Adventure?
Adventure?
Oh my god.
No. Mike, what was that for?
The Atari 2600.
Right. Let me ask you, why do you think I would have played that?
What?
By the time I even got into gaming, I was like, N64 was like right around the corner. Like Atari was so far behind me that it just like, we just didn't intersect at all. Nothing happened. So I wonder though. I wonder what they're going to do with this, because they've clearly got there's a market for their products. Obviously, they wouldn't have invested in an acquisition unless they could do something with the IP. So, Mike, what are you saying with this? Like, what are you going to do?
This honestly,
Nostalgia. Did you see Ready Player One?
No.
It's a good movie, man. I'm surprised you didn't see Ready Player One. Adventure is a big part of that movie. So
I haven't.
Yep.
So has Nostalgia ever seen it? So Nostalgia, like, I don't think this is a purchase. The people that bought Atari know what they're doing right now. They're leaning very heavily on nostalgia, and people that remember these games. That's why they're doing it. They're selling an Intellivision branded shirt on their website, and they're making the recharge games, but this is all about they're playing the nostalgia now. They're playing the nostalgia card. Nintendo does it. I think it's smart of whoever bought Atari that they're moving forward with it. It's the right way to go. If you are a company like that, you can't just focus on these garbage millennials. You have to cater to the people that brought you forward into business in the first place.
Garbage millennials.
Garbage millennials.
Garbage millennials.
They're ruining everything. They ruined Arcade1Up. They're ruining everything else with their fucking opinionated, stupid flock of single haircuts.
Nostalgia. Any response, or should we just move on with our lives?
I don't have anything to say to that. Mike is being stupid. Mike, I guess my question, I don't know any of these games. Like, you're naming off a bunch of these games, and I'm like, I don't really know any of them. I've never played them. Are you like, when you're talking about like Raiders of the Lost Ark, does Atari own that?
No, Raiders. I didn't say anything about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I'm just seeing like titles being thrown up in the chat. So I'm just wondering, like, when you're thinking about all these like IP.
So there's this company called AtGames, and they make this flashback. So you can go check that out. You might have heard of this company. They do a 2600 flashback, and if you want a good sample of like a bunch of good games, you can go check that out. It's not perfect though, because no Plaque Attack, but other than that, there's a good list of games there you can play and really test them out. Or if you want to fly down here, I've got the Arcade1Up Atari giant joystick. We can plug that son of a bitch in. I could load some games up on that, and we can go through the whole catalog if you want. I don't really give a shit.
That's interesting. Maybe one day.
I feel like my
P-Dubs,
soul.
help me out here, man.
I feel like my soul just left my body listening to all that.
I need you to help me out with this a little bit.
About what? Well,
I need you to tell me how excited you are about this announcement.
The Atari and Intellivision announcement.
It's clearly big news. If I weren't a millennial, I'd be through the roof.
Although I'm older than Nostalgia, and I'm technically the same age as Mike, we're both 43.
Yeah.
Like I've told everyone, like when I was playing like DOS games on my dad's PC, and then we got an 8-bit Nintendo, and that was my first console. So I was playing 8-bit Nintendo and loving it. We had so many games; it was super fun. And then if I went to a friend's house who had the Atari, and you go from like 8-bit Nintendo to like the Atari 2600 back then, like you're like, these games suck. Like they look bad and all that. Like I missed the Atari boat. So, I don't have the nostalgia for Atari. For me, it's 8-bit Nintendo and after is all the stuff I have.
I'm 21 years old. Like, I don't know what everybody's talking about.
And then, of course, a lot of classic MS-DOS games I have a lot of nostalgia for because we had a ton of them on my dad's computers growing up. But that's like it for me. Like, I miss the Atari boat, kind of like nostalgia, Mike. And I think you're being just too hard on him. I think you would need to apologize.
I think you need to apologize, Mike.
Nostalgia, I am so sorry for your ignorance towards this video game history that we're all taking part in. And you and your stupid haircut are responsible for ruining so much entertainment for all those of us who want to bask in the glory of our nostalgia.
It's my fault.
And your stupid haircut.
It's the millennials' fault that we don't want to buy Arcade1Up machines that we don't want to play.
Because you tell them all the time, you're like, these games like Cubert are boring. Make more Street Fighter.
Hold on. You think Arcade1Up is listening to anything I have to say?
No, not you. They don't want to talk to you. They haven't wanted to talk to you since you were begging David McIntosh to send you free cabs.
way back in, what was that, 2019? 2018?
David, can I have some free cabs? No? Well, check out my Attack from Mars review. That review is so tainted with anger and resentment.
No, it wasn't. There was no resentment. I was angry that I spent like $950 Canadian on that piece of garbage. Yeah, that's what I was angry about.
It was the second most hostile. It used to be your most what I would call hostile video, but you just did another one recently about the Kin Hank video. The Kin Hank video is now the #1 nostalgia hating video of all time. But before that, I didn't think anything would dethrone Nostalgia's Attack from Mars review. He was so angry.
Yeah, that was baloney. That was not a cool move on their part.
You were really mad about the art on the cabinet because you thought the art was a little bit more low res than it should have been. That was like your biggest gripe, right?
Yeah. Well, hold on. And then they had a game that didn't function. What was it? Whitewater?
Whitewater, yeah. Whitewater
didn't
was
work.
rough.
The resolution and the colors on the display were garbage.
Oh, yeah, they were.
There was a lot of like lagginess when you were moving in between one game to another. There was a bunch of stuff that was wrong with that cabinet.
And it was technically just one of these, game boards from Alibaba, right?
That's all it was. See, this is the thing too, because like I reviewed all 3 of their pinball machines.
Yeah,
I liked the Marvel machine. I thought the artwork looked good. The games played okay. The screen kind of was shitty, but like that was an okay machine. And Star Wars was like it was pretty okay. But then Attack from Mars pissed me off. Like that one was no good.
Yeah, but see, you probably played a lot more virtual pinball than I did at the time. I thought it was great. Like I had a bunch of fun with it, but I was coming in from a very naive, virgin type experience with virtual pinball. I thought it was amazing. Then when I got my ALP and I started playing OTG and stuff, I was like, oh, this is much better, right? So
yeah, there's no comparison. No, it's like playing like a Fisher Price toy that you'd give for your kid versus playing with something that's like designed for somebody who
I will go back. I'm having a little bit of fun with you about the Atari and Intellivision stuff for nostalgia. I said it a bunch of times. The truth is, anybody that doesn't have nostalgia for this stuff, you're probably not going to see the specialness in it unless you have some kind of connection, or unless you play with somebody and go back and play these games, right? So unless you lived through it and you played through it, you're not going to get it. They're selling nostalgia. So for you in your age range, like, you probably don't even know what the fucking television is. You've never seen one, right? You probably don't know what a Fairchild Channel F is, do you?
Never even heard of it.
Exactly.
But I also want to say, I don't want to take away from somebody else who really likes it. So if somebody else likes it, you do you. I do me. I'm a dumb millennial who likes stupid things.
And has a horrible Flock of Seagulls haircut.
That's exactly right. I did this for you, Mike. I did this to give you lots of shots you could take at me tonight. That's all I...
Nostalgia, can you do me a favor? Can you look at the camera and can you, with melody in your voice, can you just simply look at the viewers directly in the eye and say, "Wake me up before you go"?
Wake me up before you go.
That's not that's Wham.
I don't know. That's I see Wham. You see Flock of Seagulls. I see
like,
Wham.
It's like the Office skit where he's like, "Yeah, so he had tickets to the boss. He requested 3 Huey Lewis and the News song and Janis Joplin Fast Car."
Well, get hyped, everyone, in the live chat, because Buy Stuff Arcades feels that the 2024 year of home arcades has been awfully dull and boring. And they put up a Facebook post saying, what if they stepped in to turn that arcade world upside down? And this has generated a lot of buzz over the last couple of days. Now, obviously, this is an AI-generated image. Let's keep that in mind, folks. So this is an AI-generated arcade with some kind of device underneath some kind of blanket. So the question is Buy Stuff making the what is the blanket with sleeves that you can wear? You could wear this when you're playing your arcade machines. It is the home arcade Snuggie coming soon from Buy Stuff Arcades. Guys, take a look at the quality and craftsmanship of this Snuggie. I'm very, very excited about getting my Buy Stuff Arcade Snuggie. But Michael B, what do you think's going on here? What are they alluding to?
Well, I mean, it's Buy Stuff. So if I had to wager a guess, I'm thinking they're making some kind of new multicade product. I think that's what they're doing. Buy Stuff has been getting more and more robust with their offerings, coming out with their own gun game, computer stuff, shit like that. So I think it's some kind of multicade. What?
So wrong.
What?
It's the Snuggie-cade. It's the Snuggie-cade.
So, I think that we're going to see some kind of arcade under there. I'm not going to make too many guesses because I have no friggin' idea. I mean, they make such wacky stuff. They always have. I mean, who would have made that transforming pedestal for the Gamer Pro? I mean, like, that's wacky and out there, and you can do so much stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what they've got going on here. The other cool thing is they do their own art packages too. So even though this will be a multicade, there's a very good chance you can get it with art on it, whatever you want.
So you're saying, Michael B, whatever they release, the licensing fees will be waived. Is that what you're saying, Michael B?
Yeah, well, one of the things I did say to them, I said, don't tell me anything, but excited to see what you got. And they're like, we're just hoping we don't get sued.
I've heard them say that to me before too. Because they love, if there's one thing about the Buy Stuff team, guys, they love to play in the gray. You ever hear that phrase? They love to play in the gray. Nostalgia, what are your thoughts, man, on the Buy Stuff Arcades? Snuggie-cade is all we can call it for now.
I think it's super obvious what it is, and I think that after a couple,
Who do you always do this? You're always like, you guys are missing it. It's super obvious,
Mike. If you would allow me to finish, I think you would agree with me on this one. So, Buy Stuff has announced this product, whatever it is,
Snuggie-cade.
Whatever you call it, a Snuggie-cade. That's fine.
We're gonna call it a Snuggie-cade until they take the blanket off it.
And although this is an AI-generated image, I think that's irrelevant. When you look at the shape of the Snuggie-cade, it's kind of like a rectangle. It's like a rectangular prism box, right? Okay. What news have we gotten in the last couple of weeks that's been pretty exciting? So we got a new product from New Wave Toys, and we've got a control deck that's coming along with it, right? Right?
Is this a pedestal?
It's going to be a pedestal.
It's going to be a pedestal.
Every company is making Golden Tee in 2024. Every company.
I think that's
a pedestal.
Clearly what it is, guys.
It's all Golden Tee all the time.
Oh my goodness, you guys are hilarious. Well, I hate to break the news to you guys, but whatever they pulled a David Copperfield on us, and whatever was holding the Snuggie-Cade up, the Snuggie-Cade is now loose on the floor, and we have now this picture. And the whole Facebook post was, hey, we got something cool coming. And now that the blanket is off, the next Facebook post said something along the lines of, we're so close to making the reveal and that the prototype works excellent, or something of that nature. So they did 2 Facebook posts this week. And guess what, guys? We also confirmed that just like Evercade, Buy Stuff is going to come on the Super Game Room Dude show very, very soon to talk about whatever this thing is, but they won't tell us what it is. Although Nostalgia says it's obvious what it is. It's a sham wow. It's a sham wow. Is that what is it?
It's a sham wow, and it's also a subscription service.
It's a subscription. God, I'm so tired of all these companies with their subscription service BS. Mike, all right, so let's take this off the screen, guys. Let's get the viewers' comments on the screen here. We definitely want to get your guys' input on this. All right, guys, start typing it in the live chat. What is possible? What is Buy Stuff up to? What are you hoping it is? They've done racing cabs. They've done sit-down racing cabs. They've done what else have they done? They've done these boxes, these HDMI boxes and things, right? Like, why'd you do that? I don't want to be big. Here, we'll do it like this. Here.
Nostalgia can't be big.
Yeah. Well, no, you got to just let me have it for 1 hour a week.
It's part of his contract that he gets additional screen time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get to be big in any other part of my life. Just let me have an hour once a week.
Let me tell you something about this announcement from Buy Stuff Store. This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. Whatever it is, it's going to be expensive. And that's not a joke. You got to keep in mind, this is a small company, right? Like we said this with New Wave Toys and the shipping and the cost of their stuff. This is a small company, and if you bought from New Wave Toys before, not New Wave Toys, you bought from Buy Stuff before, don't be surprised if the price point is like north of $1,000 for whatever this is, because if you bought from them before, you already know how much you're paying for certain component parts, add-ons, like even the Buy Stuff back box. So I just want to give people a heads up, because that's the first thing people freak out about. They're like, oh my God, it's so much money. Keep in mind what their prices usually are.
So Hollywood,
also, they do it all in-house.
Hollywood Polo has guessed my prediction.
Interesting. You think so?
Cabinet? No way.
Think about it this way. They make the back boxes. They've mastered the ability to help owners come up with plain multi-screen pinball. Why not do their own virtual pinball cabinet?
Oh, they're so getting sued.
Why should they tie themselves? What if it's just a basic cabinet like what Game Room Solutions sells? A basic shell. No. You buy the shell. You buy the shell. You buy the shell from them. Yeah. And then you turn around and you put in your PC, right? And that way you're not tied into any kind of laggy software or things of that nature or other people's ecosystems. You make the pinball machine your own. This is actually what I'm hoping for. This is my prediction. And Hollywood Polo, you read my mind. But there's a lot of great guesses in the live chat. We don't know what it is. They won't spill the news. But what I can tell you is when I messaged them saying, hey, I saw your post. I think it's very exciting. You want to come on the Super Game Room Dudes to talk about it? They were super excited and hyped about whatever this is. So I don't want to generate additional hype or FOMO out there, but they're excited. And in my opinion, they've done some good stuff for our community. So I'm very curious to see what this is.
It's a $2,000 Golden Tee.
It's a $2,000 Golden Tee. So, I mean, think about it. Why should they keep making products to mod AtGames pinball machines when they have the ability to do the whole pinball machine minus you supply the PC and the software?
Well,
Does that make sense?
The other thing too is, I mean, with the AtGames Legends Pinball 4KP, there's not as much opportunity there to mod it. I mean, you don't need to drop a screen in like they've been doing. You don't need a backbox for it. There's very little modding capabilities. So now would be the time for them to come up maybe with their own concept. So yeah, that's good. That's a good guess.
Yep. And that's why I think it being in an arcade is all a red herring. He goes, why? Well, why are they showing it in an arcade cab, not pinball machines? Because they don't want you to guess what it is. They don't want to make it obvious until they do the reveal.
Well, someone in the community did say it's a possibility. It's some kind of mini Commodore 64 type version computer.
So that's my prediction. And if I'm wrong, I'm proud to be wrong. Again, guys, it's just a prediction. Don't hold my feet to the fire. What do you think, Nostalgia? Is it a racing, a flying machine? Is it a pinball machine?
It's the nostalgia car. The nostalgia car.
Did they do your car seat, your car bed, your arcade car bed?
Maybe. The way that I look at this is I often say, like you're saying, well, maybe it's a pinball machine and they're trying to trick us by putting it in rows. No,
because I would do that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. But the reality is, in most cases, the simplest answer is usually the right answer. And I think when you look at the photo, you can really see what they've done here. I was joking about like them making a pedestal, and I get that. That's fine. But what's most likely the case is they acquired the license from Apple to make a VR headset, and they're going to be releasing an Apple or maybe a Buy Stuff branded VR headset that's going to be coming out. But no, joking aside, I think what's more realistic is that they're doing some sort of an arcade machine, like a multicade.
Why? Why would they?
Because it'd be cheaper than a V-Pin.
Look at what they've been doing. They do screen mounts, back boxes, screen adapter kits, haptic kits. They damn near are building pinball machines. All they got to do is put it together in one goddamn box and send it over.
The problem is when you add the cost of everything all together, it's going to be so much higher than something like what AtGames is offering in mass production. So it would be a better...
Without the issues.
Well, I mean, you're limiting your market by... As soon as you get a product that's like $2,000, immediately you're cutting your market down substantially. Not a lot of people have $2,000 to just go and spend on something like this.
Burger Bob does.
Maybe he does. But my point is, I think what's probably less of a risk is for them to put out some sort of an arcade machine. They do the vinyl already. They have built all these pedestals. They have access to monitors. They can do stand-up racing machines with interchangeable control decks, and they can do any of these things. I just think what's most likely is that if they're releasing something, it's like an arcade machine, some sort of multicade with a PC built into it that can...
Okay, that's fine. That's
kind of take care of a lot of stuff.
So I'm guessing pinball machine. You're guessing some kind of another kind of arcade. Michael B., what is your guess so we can move on to our last topic of the evening?
Mike's going to guess that they're doing VR.
I think they're going to do the arm wrestling machine we saw at Galloping Ghost there 3 years ago.
Dude, that was so much fun.
That was awesome.
We had all the YouTubers as well as viewers who came out to visit us. Everyone was playing that arm wrestling machine, and nobody cleaned it in between turns. We exchanged so many germs during the COVID era.
I saw Council Kids try to put his wiener in there.
A little opening.
You guys are brutal.
Oh, just wait till Chicago. Nostalgia, are you gonna come to Chicago with us, man? You gotta come this time.
I'm still working out my details. I would absolutely love nothing more than to join you guys.
You're such a freaking weirdo. Like, just get with the now, man.
I'm financially responsible, Mike. That's all.
I am financially irresponsible. I bought 2 pair of Air Jordans today.
So
good for you, Mike.
It's been a long time since I could say Cool Toy made me buy something, but he didn't even make a video on this. He just shared a Twitter post of, you guys are familiar with like Champ Sports?
Yep.
So Champ Sports also apparently sells shoes, which I didn't know. Do I look like a guy that shops at Champ Sports on the reg? No.
What's Champ Sports?
It's kind of like a Foot Locker kind of, you know.
Oh, I know what Foot Locker is. I just recently went to a Foot Locker.
Yeah. But anyway, hold on. I'll have he Cool Toy put out a tweet a couple of weeks ago about these new Reebok Wolverine shoes. I bought them.
When you say Wolverine, you're talking about like Marvel?
Marvel Wolverine
Yeah.
Reebok shoes.
So-
I bought them.
You know what's wild now? It's funny how like the
Are you
business
wearing them? Do you wear shoes in your house?
Yeah, he's weird.
You wear
So-
shoes in your house?
Oh man, I'm stuck.
So you know what's weird? I had business meetings in Alberta last week, and before I left, I bought a new pair of Nike Air Force One sneakers. They're white and orange. They're ridiculous, right? My daughter picked them out. My wife was so worried because I was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to wear them to the meetings." She was like, "You can't wear that. You got to wear like business shoes and stuff like that." She was so concerned. She actually started making me really nervous about it. I showed up. Everybody else there, all the other executive directors,
All
were in
wearing the same
sneakers.
shoes.
Yeah,
Same
Adidas
shoes.
Superstars, Nike, new Nike Air. Like it looks like sneakers are like business casual wear now again.
So, guys, do us a favor. Big shout out to Cool Toy. Go to Champ Sports. Jason, Little Alien, just shared a link to it in the live chat. Go pick up your Wolverine Reebok shoes. Look at these. Marvel.
I can't believe you're literally wearing them indoors.
Oh,
Are they your
They're not
indoor
even.
shoes,
They're not
Peter?
even nice. They're like modern tennis shoes. They're horrible. Why
Yeah,
would you
just
buy
buy
those?
those.
they are so comfy and awesome. So big shout out to Cool Toy for sharing the link and letting me know these exist.
I like retro shoes. I don't like that.
Yep.
Retro
All right.
shoes.
We are now officially shoe reviewers here on the Super Game Room, dudes. You better watch it.
I know absolutely nothing about
so
shoes, so you guys are in for a treat.
You don't watch AEW wrestling anymore, do you, P-dubs?
You know what? It got so bad. I've just been
It's not
back to
been good.
WWE.
Yeah.
I've been back to WWE. After the lead up to WrestleMania, they recaptured me as a fan, and I stopped watching AEW.
Hold on, I got to read this comment really quickly from MG. Sneakers at work are for people with no integrity. So,
Hey, man, these
anyways-
shoes are comfy as hell, dude. I love them, and they're nice and yellow and blue, and they also all give you optional blue laces if you don't want to have the yellow laces.
Oh, wow. Those are
so cool. You're gonna pick up some Mad Dash wearing those.
You guys said so cool at the same time, but the way you said it, to me, it sounded like you said "fuck off."
That's exactly what we meant.
All right. Well, anyways, if you don't watch AEW, the Young Bucks, they're known for wearing like sneakers in the ring and stuff. They recently just signed a new shoe deal with Reebok. They have Young Bucks Reebok pump sneakers now.
Who's Young
Oh.
Buck?
Tag team.
Yeah.
They're
wrestling. We're talking wrestling now.
they're like garbage millennials. They're right up your alley.
They're basically Restalgias.
Then
they
they
were
must be pretty
originally
damn
they were
good.
originally called Generation Restalgia before they
Yeah.
were called the Young Bucks when they were in TNA.
I'm not surprised by that.
All right. So what's our final topic for tonight? Michael B. At Games Twilight Zone. Now I've been on a work trip Sunday through Thursday, so I haven't been able to check out the Twilight Zone on the At Games Legends Pinball 720p. Michael B., how is Twilight Zone? Because you got a chance to play it. I saw it in my live stream.
Yeah. So I played it. I thought hold on one second. Young Bucks are AEW's version of the NWO. Yeah, I saw that post. Never were over. I love the Young Bucks. I don't like this current EVP angle they're doing, but whatever. They got to try new stuff. So, anyways, yeah, the Twilight Zone came out this week. It's actually been getting really good reviews. I mean, of course, there's flipper lag. It's not noticeable, but it's relatively minimal. The game plays really well. People are putting up good scores, having fun with it. So Twilight Zone so far has been probably one of their better Zen releases to date.
That's
You're
good to
never going to make everybody happy. Like, I know people are still going out saying there's flipper lag. Yes, there's flipper lag, but it's a little bit more minimal than some of the other games. I would argue this plays better than Attack from Mars too.
All right, viewers, I need your honest feedback in the live chat. This is a safe space. How is Twilight Zone Pinball? Ray, I'm seeing Ray, Retro, Biggie, James. A lot of folks are saying good things here in the live chat about it. Again, I've been out of town. I haven't had a chance to test it out. Now, if it is as good as you're saying it is, that's a much needed win for AtGames, because there've been a lot of people upset with the Zen games so far. So you're saying that there's less. Does it look as good?
Oh
Does
yeah,
it?
it looks. This is a big upgrade from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Like, like if you look really super close, there's a little bit of jaggies on the flippers, and
Right.
those words on the small card are a little hard to read, but everything else looks really nice and crisp. And I think it was this guy Carl Moritz posted something earlier today, like really high end footage, and he showed like the flipper comparison compared to like the other games and this game. So I mean, it's a slight flipper lag, but you don't really notice it while playing.
Good.
Then again, if you're like a hardcore, virtual pinball fan, yeah, like it's still going to bother you, right? It's one of those things that we're almost like adjusted to it now with AtGames and Zen games. So I mean, the people that are looking for it, they're going to find flipper lag. It's there. It's not there, but the table still plays really good. I had a lot of fun, and seems
Okay.
like a lot of other people in the community are having fun too.
Okay, good. Hey, Nostalgia, I have to say, man, if they actually got this one dialed in pretty good, you have to admit that's a win for AtGames, right? With all the feedback they've gotten on their Zen games so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this situation, yeah, that'd be a big win, because that's the elephant in the room that they're dealing with right now. Nobody has anything bad to say about their product in any other way outside of like literally the issues with the input delay on the flippers. So I don't know what would be making this specific table better than all the rest. Maybe it's less. I mean, I actually have no idea. I'm not even going to speculate. So here.
Oh, Jason's
Is it the
just cutting
laggiest
up
table? Is what
jokes.
everybody's saying?
Yeah,
Well,
he's
you got to
just
read the
cut-
whole comment.
Yeah, he doesn't own a AtGames Legends
He
Pinball
doesn't own it.
720p.
Me and Pete Dubs were doing some show the other day, and I talked about it. And I made fun of the fact there's people out there that are like celebrating the lag on these games because they're like, I heard someone say there was lag, and like they don't even own the table. Like there's a bunch of people, and Pete Dubs is like, "Whoa, Mike, that's a serious accusation."
Well, Mike, because I own it and I have all these games, and the lag is there, and in some of them,
even AtGames are saying there's lag. No
right.
one's not saying there isn't lag.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. This scenario, this situation, if this is better than whatever they've done here, they should apply to all the rest, assuming that it's something that's universally adoptable to all of the other tables.
Well, what really made me mad about Star Trek: The Next Generation, because I play. No. What really made me mad about that one wasn't just the fact that the graphics didn't look so great on the table. It was the plunger lag, because you have to use the plunger as your fire button in order to on the slingshots. There's a rotating cannon, and you have to shoot the ball and aim for targets, right? And when you have a normal button there that doesn't have any kind of delay, you hit the button, it fires the pinball towards where you want it to go on the table, right? Now with the AtGames Star Trek, I pull the plunger to fire the ball, and it would take forever to shoot the ball, and it wouldn't go where I wanted the ball to go. You guys know what special shots I'm talking about in Star Trek: The Next Generation. The cannons that are on the slingshots that you have to use the plunger. Because of the plunger delay, that upset me more than the flipper lag on Star Trek: The Next Generation, was the plunger delay. But hopefully all this is going to get fixed, because you guys said that AtGames has got Google and Epic and all them and Zen Studio.
No one said that. AtGames has top men working on it. Ask me who, P-Dubs.
Who?
Top men.
Top men. So we got top men coming in. So I mean, this problem's got to go away. But I'm happy to hear. Again, I haven't played Twilight yet myself. I'm happy to hear that people are having a better experience. It sounds like a lot of our viewers in the live chat said that it's better. Mike says it's better. Nostalgia, you think it's better, even though
I have
you
no
haven't
idea.
played it?
I don't think anything. I haven't played it. How would I know?
Yeah, I haven't played it.
And there
either,
goes
so.
Nostalgia defending AtGames again. No integrity.
I don't think you can say that I'm defending anyone. I don't know. How can I comment on something I don't know? I got to take your word, and then I got to take 30 other people's word, and
Well,
everyone's saying
like
something slightly different.
I said
whatever.
on mine, and I will say this over and over and over again. If you want to get an honest opinion on what it plays like, watch a bunch of people's content and, figure it out from who you trust, who you don't trust, whatever you want to do. Just watch as much people as you can and make the decision for yourself. You don't just watch one person. No one expects you to do that. And I mean, everybody has different tastes. Like I've always said, people are like, measure the flipper leg. And I was like, oh, that's not really how I do things. I'm going to play it and I'll tell you how it feels to me. But then again, I'm also a novice, like virtual pinball player. So I'm pretty open and transparent about that.
You're also really bad too. So like, I don't think that the flipper delay is really making much of a difference to your scores.
You piece of shit. I am so much better. Like, you don't even know what pinball is.
I've never heard of it.
Stern and you're like pro and premium.
They're the same thing. They're the same thing, Mike. Literally
what was it, Mike? What was the high score you got on Twilight Zone during your live stream here? Do you know?
It was like 130 million.
Okay, so you ended up in 995th place is what you're telling us.
What's your top score in Twilight Zone?
I don't know. Well, on PC, it's probably pretty good, but again, I haven't played this.
I don't know, but on this, I got 130 million. So unfortunately, I never got to the extra ball. That was my goal. I played a lot of really bad games before I had that 130 million game.
Good stuff, man. So yeah, I mean, that's good to see. Anything else going on with AtGames? I mean,
they got a May sale going on. I don't want to go into a lot of detail about it, but basically it's 15% off virtual pinball tables, the pinball packs. So with the 4K, you can save 15% off. No Zen games included. It's just the Taito, Magic Pixel, Zaccaria, and Gottlieb games. So 15% off if you want to save that, going from the 24th to the 27th. And there's also a deal right now on the Legends HD pinball packs as well. Save 15% off as well. So for the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, you can save 15% off on a variety of pinball packs. No Zen. That's the only thing to keep in mind.
So the games that are broken aren't on sale? Oh, come on, Mike. Those are the ones that should be on sale. Oh, come on. I'm just teasing. All right. So they got a bunch of pinball packs on sale, 15% off. Not
free shipping.
And free shipping on all digital pinball. I just saw this. What's great about the Super Game Room dudes is you can tune into this broadcast every week for free with free shipping.
Yeah. So, there's all kidding aside. I mean, I know people are going to say, oh, these aren't the greatest sales. I said it in my video too. I was like, this is not NOD. This is just a monthly thing. They throw up an opportunity for you to pick up some pinball packs for a cheap discount. If you want to wait longer and you think that'll go on higher sale, wait for NOD. Maybe they will. I don't know.
But even during those National Owner Day events, they would only do like 10, 15, maybe 20% off.
Yeah, I think during the last National Owners Day, like I dropped, it was like $600 Canadian, between $500 and $600 Canadian, and I got pretty much every pinball pack at the time that was available, and they were like 20% off, I think.
All right. Anything else going on there? Anything exciting?
Not right now. I mean, we're waiting to see what we had the big news last week about all the other Zen tables coming to the AtGames tables. So we know Godzilla vs. Kong is coming up next week. I've enjoyed the weekly releases. Kind of reminds me of the old Arcade days when we get a game a week, something fun to talk about. So hopefully that continues.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll be able to do a game a week. That's tough. But I mean, do you really think they're going to do a game a week, or is it we just got lucky this month?
I hope they do a game a week. I think that's really cool. And plus, I don't know if you know this, but we're on YouTube, so it gives us something to talk about.
Mike, you're hilarious. All right. Good stuff there. Also, John Wagner put out a video. I saw it before we went live about he gave people a teaser as to what this general loader is capable of. I guess he had ChatGPT create an application, like actually wrote like all the code for him, and he loaded that on his Legends pinball machine, and I guess it was some kind of like Pong game, and it was playing. So like with the general loader, you'll be able to third-party developers can bring their own like pinball games potentially, as well as applications and games to that platform. It looked like a lot of work for just to play Pong. You know what I mean? So hopefully we'll see that flush out more, some more content on that. Understand what that is.
Hopefully someone can figure out how to use the general loader to put coin ops on this thing.
Well, I mean, I left him a comment on the video. I like John. I said, John, no offense. I said, but this just seems like a lot of work to play Pong. Like, honestly, why can't I just upload my Pong ROM and get Pong to play?
Yeah, I didn't watch this video yet. I can't really comment.
What I can tell you is I have been doing testing of a bunch of UCE files, which are basically ROM files compatible with your AtGames ecosystem. And what stinks about the vertical ROM games, like from a CoinOps X Whopper build, is not all the controls work for all the games. It's like out of 800 some games, I think there were probably a good couple dozen games I launched that didn't play correctly. And we don't have that issue when we play them on, let's just say, the Legends Ultimate Mini or something, or the Legends Ultimate high definition pinball machine. Like, it all just works, right? So I'm hoping that, I think people just want to put their arcade ROMs on this thing. And if they want to take a break from pinball, play a vertical game on the playfield, and maybe play a horizontal game on the back glass. But that's about it. Like, all this other stuff just seemed a little too cumbersome, I think, for the general person. Like, Nostalgia, tell me something that's going to get me excited about General Loader? Like, what could we potentially see on there that's going to get me hyped?
I don't know.
Come on, man. You got to know something. You got to know something. Damn it.
Nostalgia, with the General Loader, can I get Atari Batman to work on my Legends Pinball 4KP?
You can't. That game specifically it just requires too many resources, so you can't run that one.
All right. So if we can get the visual. So this was interesting, right? If we can get the visual pinball engine and tables to load, that would make it fun.
Maybe.
I would but maybe.
I actually didn't realize that the VPE was actually like functioning yet. So, and we talked about this a few shows ago.
Yeah, there's guys who've already hacked this thing and they got VPE running on it, and they're playing whatever games they want to play on it natively without a PC attached. The issue, though, there of course is, as exciting as that sounds, they can't release that hack publicly, because this is a fully supported system that is still, games are being sold on it. And if they release that hack, I'm pretty sure AtGames and Zen Studios would go after those people. So don't even ask for that hack, guys, until the system is no longer supported. But yeah, that excites me if they'll let us do that via the general loader. But honestly,
you know what might be more exciting?
What?
If we could get Netflix on there.
No, I don't want Netflix on there.
Then you don't know how to live, buddy. You don't know how to live.
Yeah, I don't know. No. That's not exciting. Like, I don't want to be writing scripts and bringing over, like a custom version of Pong or Snake. Like, I just thought that was pointless. Like, people want to play arcade games or pinball games, or maybe show me something cool that I'm missing out on. Like that's why I asked you, like, what could be really cool with this
Netflix
to get me excited? Because I feel like
Disney
I'm missing
Plus,
Hulu. You guys are all right.
So, yeah, like, I don't have much to say about that. I mean, I don't really know much about the general loader stuff. I'm just enjoying playing pinball on this yet. I can't wait to install my SSF and really get into the included games. I haven't even thought about going visual pinball yet. I know my friend Atoll Shiravasta, he's having a lot of fun doing visual pinball builds on his. But yeah, I'm just I am also I don't have as much free time as Atoll, so I've got a lot to do.
What was his name?
So Atoll. Despite Michael B backtracking there, I fully believe that JT's on the right track here. Michael B will have boobies on the back glass very, very soon.
Someone else asked me, Big B73 said, "What's wrong with your back glass?" I don't know what he's talking about.
It has a giant.
Oh, the light that's set up. That's my pinball setup for me playing pinball because I still want to do a Star Trek Next Generation playthrough. I meant to do it Wednesday night, but I fell asleep.
Look at that. Why are you saying my name all screwed up?
Shut up, the toll. The guys made fun of me. They told me I can't call you a tool anymore.
It's not nice to call our viewers tools. It's not nice.
Because the way he said it, it sounded like he was being mean about it, right, Rustel?
He did. Yeah, 100%. He was being a jerk. And just so you know, we love you. And by we, I mean Patrick and I.
Yes.
And we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Mike doesn't.
I've gone
Mike,
to the spaghetti factory with a tool. I think that's a definite sign of
when we were in Cleveland, he drove, or was it Chicago?
Chicago.
He drove. Yeah, when we were in Chicago as a group of YouTubers, Atul drove down and he drove all of us around, so we didn't have to buy Ubers, and everyone said thank you except Michael B. the Game Genie.
That's true. That's a common denominator. He did the same thing in Ottawa when we were all together. We had to take Ubers from the hotel to this like really grungy bar where they don't like me. And when we all got out of the Uber, Mike was the only person who didn't say thank you.
He didn't say thank you. He just got out, slammed the door, lit up a cigarette. And he's like, I'm here. I'm having a really good time.
Have you ever seen that Ben Affleck meme where he looks really pissed and he's smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That was Mike.
Yeah.
He was just like...
Oh, Mike. All right, guys.
So I gotta go off script here. So I watched 2 movies this week. I watched 2 movies with my wife, which is I'm trying to spend more time with my wife, do stuff like that. And it was a good week to do it because 2 movies came out on digital. And by digital, I mean pirated this past week that we watched. We watched Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, and we watched Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I liked one of the movies. Can you guess which one it was?
Oh, wait. So you saw Godzilla v. Kong,
Yeah.
the one with Godzilla, Kong with the power glove.
Yep.
And you watched Ghostbusters
Frozen Empire. I liked one movie.
And you only liked one of them. Guys, do us a favor in the live chat. If he liked Godzilla v. Kong, give me a 1. If he liked Ghostbusters, give me a 2. Let's see what the viewers guess. I'm actually very intrigued at what you're about to tell me, Mike. The Ghostbusters movie is on Amazon Prime, and we went ahead and we watched it as well. What I can tell you is I heard some people give that movie negative feedback. I actually thought it was okay. Like I didn't think it was horrible. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It was nice to see a new villain, not them bringing back Gozer, or a lot of people thought they were going to bring back Vigo before this movie.
The Scourge of Carpathia.
You know, like it was nice to see a new villain. Like I didn't think it was horrible. It seemed like a nice handoff. I wish they would just assemble a team already and get rid of the kids. You know what I mean? So, but Mike, we got a bunch of 1s and 2s. Do me a favor. Which movie did you like more? Godzilla v. Kong or Ghostbusters?
Retro Lab Rat's going to be mad, man. I really enjoyed Ghostbusters with my family today. I thought it was fun, stupid. It was a much better version of the last movie they just did. The one where most of it was like this weird, like coming of age teenage story before they got into the Ghostbusting. This was more direct and to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it was lacking. It wasn't as good as the first 2 Ghostbuster movies, but I enjoyed it. A movie I did not enjoy and thought was the absolute shits, and I was 100% right, was Godzilla X Kong. Both me and my wife, who are big Godzilla fans, 100% thought it was the worst shit in the world. The tonal change, really, which upset it for me, was this wasn't a Godzilla movie. This was a Kong movie, and Godzilla was in it. Whereas Godzilla and Kong, Godzilla versus Kong, was a Godzilla movie that Kong was in. So I think that's the problem I had with it. It's just like some of the stuff I did like I liked the guy from Downton Abbey that was in it. I bet you didn't know that, did you? The guy Trapper was actual Matthew from Downton Abbey, who died in season 4.
Wow.
You don't know that.
Mike, I never once got home from work and said, you know what would be a great thing to do tonight? Put on an episode of Downtown Abbey.
My wife watches it. She kept saying, she was
All
like,
right.
that's Matthew from Downton Abbey. Anyways,
All right.
my favorite part of the whole movie, and it's funny because we're just getting Twilight Zone this week, was when they went through the thing to Hollow Earth for the first time in the plane. And the song came on, Twilight Zone, Golden Earring, which is also the background music while you're playing Twilight Zone on the ALP 4KP. But other than that, the movie was absolute garbage. Garbage. All the other monkeys, garbage. The Power Glove, garbage. At least the Power Glove wasn't as dumb as I thought it was. I will admit that.
It made sense, didn't it?
It did make sense.
It
and
did
his
make
metal
sense.
tooth. And his metal tooth.
His metal tooth made sense as well.
I didn't enjoy the movie, though. I didn't.
Well, I told you, if you had, let me ask you this. All right, now that you've seen the movie, if you deleted the entire human plot and it was just the feud between Kong and Scar King and the feud between Godzilla and Shimu, if that was the whole movie.
Shimu? What the fuck is this Shimu?
Or, I'm sorry, Shemu? What's her name? The big ice lizard.
I thought the ice lizard was fine. I didn't have a problem with that.
Okay. But the whole, you know what I'm talking about? The whole human storyline, the chosen one.
Oh, actually, you know what? The chosen
how many goddamn movies do we need a chosen one?
The chosen one. Have you ever watched an original Godzilla movie? If you go watch the original movie where you see King Ghidorah for the first time, the human element is so stupid. Like this girl, the princess, jumps out of a plane that then explodes, and then an alien takes her over, and then all of a sudden she can talk to aliens and she knows Ghidorah is coming. Like the human stuff in these movies is so dumb, but it's so much better than the original Godzilla movies.
Are you spoiling everything about brand new movies?
Yeah, 100%. I'm telling everybody.
Oh, come on. The whole human part of that movie of Godzilla v Kong.
I will tell you,
was stupid.
The girl. We
got to get this girl to the center of the earth so she can stand up on top of a pyramid, look up in the sky, and then you know what happens. Yeah, it was the dumbest fucking thing ever.
In the originals, there were two little miniature women that talked to Mothra from an island. This is actually a pretty good combination.
It's stupid. It was pointless. There was no reason to have any of that.
Let's just admit that you're a Kong fan. I'm a Godzilla fan.
I am always on Kong. I am Team Kong all the way.
I'm Team Godzilla. And this was a Kong movie.
Well, here's the funny thing. Because after this movie, guess what happened, Mike? He became King Kong during this movie. There is no King Godzilla.
Godzilla's king of the monsters. Godzilla's always been king.
Yeah.
Godzilla's always been king.
He's not the king of the monsters now. Kong is king.
I still got to watch this. My wife wouldn't watch it because there were some.
Thanks for the super chat, Jason. We greatly appreciate it. Yeah, we're wrapping up here. So there you guys go. All right. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We had a lot of fun on tonight's episode. If you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we did, make sure you give us a thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you click subscribe. For every 10 subscribers, Nostalgia will buy a kitten for a viewer out there. Isn't that right, Nostalgia?
No, I will absolutely not do that.
Nostalgia will give away kittens every time we add 10 subscribers to this channel. So make sure you guys do that. Mike, whenever you're ready, do your best Carl impersonation and send everybody on their way. Thanks so much, guys.
Hey, guys. My name is Detroit Love. I like gardening, riding my electric bicycle, and I come on the show with the Super Game Room dudes, except in the summer, because then I like being outside and doing activities. I love my wife, and I treat my daughter with respect. Everybody have a blessed evening, and we'll see you on the web.